Welcome to Radio Fixer's channel. Subscribe for upcoming videos. In this video, I will show you the method I use to identify the outside fault section on the modern film capacitors. Since modern film capacitors do not mark which lead is connected to the outside foil, I don't own a oscilloscope or a guitar amplifier to do this test. So instead, I use a small, inexpensive mono amplifier, a speaker, and a sound level app on my phone to identify the outside foil. I will walk you through the process step by step so you can easily do it yourself. Let's get started. In my last video, how to rebuild or restuff vintage paper and molded capacitor, I referred to the outside foil as a negative and other side as a positive, which was inaccurate. I appreciate for those of you who brought this to my attention. I also did not explain how to identify the outside foil on a modern replacement capacitor. Let's discuss how to identify the outside foil end without oscilloscope or a guitar amplifier. And to make your job easier to find all these videos per category, select playlist, and each categories are located right here. Also, I have added every tool product that I'm using in the description section of the video, so feel free to check it out. Somewhere in the bottom there's a subscription. Go ahead and select that, and also there's a bell. Select that bell so it notifies you whenever I upload new video. Put your thumb up. What this does, it notifies other people they enjoy this hobby. I appreciate you. For this project, I'm going to use this mono amplifier that I purchased very reasonable price. It came with a charger as well. Of course, you can adjust here the volume. Yeah, 2 section in and out. In the back, of course, it has a light. When I turn it on, I know it is on. So I need to create some type of adapter for this. Let me show you what I did. I put this together. Of course, this side I use alligator clips, 2 different colors. One is, is red wire, another black. This side hooked up to 3.5 millimeter mono jack. As you see, there's just 2 portions. Let me open this up to show you how I soldered this. The black wire is soldered to this portion right here. The red one is soldered to this portion right here. Let me hook up my multimeter to show you as well. Alright, I set my multimeter in sound. One side is hooked up to the red, as you see. So when I touch here, it should make noise. See that? So the red wire is connected to tab as I mentioned. So this is the way I put this together. Alright? So we're going to connect this jack right here where it says in. Now let me show you a couple of different speakers that you can use with this system. For this project, I can use any of these speakers. You can use a computer speaker. The good thing about this speaker is already had a jack right here, 3.5 millimeter jack, that you can hook it up right here. Alright, or you can use Bluetooth speaker like this. And you can of course use this type of connection. Alright. I installed this app on my phone. I suggest it very highly. It has a good review and is free as well. So if you click open, this is actually the sound level meter that we're going to use to test our capacitors. These are some of the old capacitors. These are of course the new one. As you know, the new one are not marked which side is outside foil. Like this one, they have no marking, so you can tell which side is outside foil. That's why I put this together, to be able to test that. I'm going to measure the old one to show you that this actually works. Then we're going to test this to figure out which side is outside foil. All right, let's get it started. So let's turn this on. You see the light came on. I'm going to go all the way up the volume. I'm going to turn this one on as well. So both units are on, and the speaker is creating some humming noise, and that's what I want. Okay, this is, I open the app. Now you see it's even reading, how loud I'm speaking. I'm going to put this close to the speaker so we can hear the humming noise meanwhile we are testing. Okay, next I'm going to measure this. This is already marked which side is outside foil. Negative here and the other side here. Hold only the capacitor body. Do not touch the leads, alligator clips, or the cables. That's a 42. Now let's switch this. Install it incorrectly. That is 48. So as you see, when I install it incorrectly, the humming noise is much higher. So that's how we know that's the outside foil. Let's test another one. This is also marked as well. First we're going to set it correctly again. That's 43. Now we're going to change it. We hook up incorrectly to see the sound. That's 48. You see the difference, right? Again, this is marked. It's a 44. Now let's hook it up incorrectly. That's 49. So you see the difference, right? So when it's hooked up incorrectly, the humming sound is much louder. One other old capacitor, we're going to test it. This is already marked here. Let's see if this is correct or not. So the black wire right here, the other side right here. That's about 47. Now let's hook it up incorrectly. That's a 53. Again, you see that? Of course, 47, it has less hum than 53. The reason I did those tests, so you see this setup is actually working. Now we're going to test these 3 other capacitors that are not marked. Let's see which side is outside foil. Let's start this one. That is 50. Let's change the leads to other side. That's 41. So this is our reading, 50 and 41. So this side is outside foil. I get a marker like this. I'm going to mark it right here. See, I marked it right here. Now I know that side is outside foil. Let's test the other 2. This one has a mark, but we are not sure if that mark is actually outside foil or not. Let's test it. That's 39. Let's switch it. This side is 50. So you see this mark is inaccurate. Really the outside foil is this side, as you noticed. You see that is 39 and 50. So outside foil is here. Let me reconnect it one more time. You see the humming noise is much less. So let's mark this side. Alright, one more capacitor. You can actually hear when the humming reduces. Of course you might not hear it on the video, but I can hear it on a speaker. So let's try this one. There is no mark in this capacitor as well. So we're going to put negative here. That is 51. Let's change this. See, this side is 50. See right here. So this side is the outside foil. I'm going to mark this one as well here. Alright. And these are the results of the test we just did. This section is for the old capacitor. Of course, these are for the new capacitors. All the highlighted numbers are outside foil end of those capacitors. As you see, they're lower than the other side. And again, this is the result for the new capacitor. That's how we identified which one are outside foil. Alright? I suggest you to use this process and let me know the results. In my opinion, if you're new in this hobby and you're not ready to spend money to buy expensive equipment, use this process. You're going to get a good result. I hope this video assists you to identify which side of capacitor is the outside foil end. I'll be honest with you, it takes so much time to make these videos, editing, uploading, and make sure there's enough information that it actually makes sense, if you want to follow. At this time, I want to take the opportunity and thank my subscribers with their uplifting comment. You always encourage me to upload more videos, since this is just a hobby of mine. Again, I appreciate you. Enjoy all these videos, and you all have an awesome day. Take care. If you're interested to see more videos like this, feel free to subscribe to my channel, and you will be notified when a new video being uploaded. You have a great day.